Hi, everybody. Welcome to Teaching Artistry with Courtney J. Body, a podcast that celebrates teaching artists and advocates for community engagement. Now, we're doing something a little new in this time of staying home and social distancing. We are launching a video series that is about face-to-face connection. So, hi, see my face? We are partnering with Creative Generation in a video series called Keep Making Art. I'm very excited about being a part of this partnership and for us to be able to see all the art that's being made around the world. So this series will actually showcase creatives from around the world to share what they are actually making in terms of art and or how they are helping others to create art. And I want to introduce our first guest for this video series. He and I are good friends and colleagues in arts and arts education. I met him a long time ago for a conference that we were both a part of. And ever since then, I thought, man, I need to be near and around this guy. So I'm super, super excited to be able to introduce you all to Jeff M. Poulin, who is the founder and managing director of Creative Generation. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Courtney, it's great to be here.
I'm happy that you're here too. How are you doing in this time?
Oh, I'm doing great. We're balancing a really interesting mix of canceled plans and new opportunities popping up every day, sometimes at the last minute. So it's been a really interesting time. And not to mention, we've had beautiful weather here in Washington, D.C. So it's
Oh,
been good.
that's nice. It's a little chilly here, but it has the weather, it's spring, so we're just trying to roll with the punches, as it were. So can you tell us, what is Creative Generation?
Sure. Creative Generation is an organization that works to inspire, connect, and amplify the work of individuals and organizations who are dedicated to cultivating the creative capacities of young people. We started just actually a year ago. Our 1-year birthday is next week. And we do this through a couple of different tactics. The first is by conducting original research. The second is training leaders. The third is producing all sorts of resources for the field. And the last is through a coordinated campaign, the Campaign for a Creative Generation, where we work to help tell the stories of people who are making the difference in the lives of young people and in communities all around the world.
Excellent. And I was really proud to have been asked to be a part of Keep Making Art. I'm curious, can you tell everybody, what is this campaign?
Sure. Well, let's start at the beginning. So a couple of weeks ago, a group of funders came to us and said, listen, the world is turned upside down with this global pandemic, and we don't know what to do. So can you help us figure it out? How do we actually help support the arts and culture and education community? And so we responded really quickly with what's called a fast response survey, where we gathered tons of information from people all around the world and drew some key conclusions about what those funders could do to help support our field and our sector in arts and culture and in education. We found two things. The first is that we needed to directly support the most vulnerable population within our sector, the teaching artists and those contract workers who have direct impact with young people and communities. And secondly, we needed to more aptly resource organizations and youth and their parents in collaborating together to deliver at-home arts education so that young people and young creatives can continue making their art, dance, music, or theater wherever they may be in this new era of social distancing and physical distancing. So with any good research that we do, we also have a campaign. And so we partnered with a group of folks all around the world and launched Keep Making Art just last week, just 7 days ago. And what we found was that this campaign is totally in response to COVID-19, where schools have sent students home and community organizations and cultural institutions have shut their doors, and parents and educators are working in this new normal of a virtual space. And everyone seems to be filled with this anxiety about their health and about their well-being. So what we wanted to do was collect the stories and coordinate a communications vehicle on social media to spark joy, to inspire action, and to bring about togetherness. And that's the essence of Keep Making Art.
I just want to share this uh, social media campaign ad, if you will, so people can see a little bit about what this actually is. Um, so while we're looking at this, can you share some examples? Like you and I were talking the other day, can you share some examples of how creatives are making art?
Sure, it's happening in a number of different ways, which align with the three phases that we've articulated for this campaign. The first is about creating various things. We want young people and artists to keep making art, to actually create the art, to express themselves in this topsy-turvy time. The last thing we want is for creatives to stop creating, because we all know that that's really bad news. But the second thing that we want is for organizations that have the means and have the resources to create resources, just like that ad said, that we want them to create those resources and get them out in the hands of this new crop of educators that are educating in a different virtual space, or parents who are becoming arts educators in the matter of just a few weeks. So the creation comes in both terms of the art making as well as the resource crafting. So that's sort of phase one. The second phase is about sharing that artwork into the world, telling your story, sharing the resources that have been generated for instruction or money perhaps, or whatever it may be, but sharing amongst our community. And then lastly, the concept is around following and telling our stories. So following the campaign and telling the story about how art has improved our lives, improved our communities, and improved the world in light of this global pandemic.
I think this is pretty impressive as somebody, I'm already involved, but I was just thinking about the organization that I work for. We quickly pivoted as an organization that is about artists and presenting live performing arts experiences for audiences. What do we do in this time? And within a matter of just days, really, our communications team and our family engagement team really worked very, very fast and furiously to be able to create some online experiences that can be done at home, whether it's for teachers or parents. The idea of being creative in your home through video and other kinds of written activities that you can do very, very easily, found objects in your home. And these are called New Victory Arts Breaks. And we're now starting to have more time or a little headspace to be able to think about how can we provide more resources beyond those particular activities that are weekly based and art form based. So it started out with percussion and then movement, and now this week it's puppetry. So, and then I'll just keep going. So my last question to you is, what do you hope folks get out of this video series that we are partnering on?
Sure thing. And I think that you all within your organization should be applauded for jumping into action so quickly. We've seen that happen all around the world, whether it was the United Nations issuing a call for the world's creatives to help share how people can engage in avoiding the onset of COVID-19 using their creative capacities and storytelling techniques that are just embedded in our art forms to really make a difference. And that's sort of the hope that I have for this video series, is that people can be inspired to collaborate in new and different ways, to see what others are doing, whether it's halfway across the world or in their backyard, and to really just continue to share what brings us all together in our own humanity, which is our arts and our culture. And I really think that those who have the means, like our big institutions, have to share it. And those who don't have a responsibility to themselves to continue to fuel their creative spark. And that's what we can't lose during this time. And I think that videos like this and the series that's being produced will be that amplification of the great work happening everywhere and be the inspiration for folks at home in their community, making sure that they still stay healthy and well during this crazy, crazy time.
I mean, I think that that's actually really a very important point that you made about staying healthy. There is a lot of anxiety at this time. There's a lot of unknowns, but something that can be quite constant and can be fulfilling and full of health and wellness is being creative and being able to bond with the people that you are connected to, whether it's people who are physically in your space because that's your family unit or whom you live with, and or in this kind of capacity where I can connect with you. We were just chatting before we started and starting recording, and I was just thinking about what my motto has been for our this podcast and how I sort of view the world in general is through a lens of looking for hope, especially and despite the fact that there are many things to be anxious about or worried about or angry about. And this is something that I'm very, very proud to be a part of, to be able to take what is a real anchor pillar for us in terms of joy and hope and creativity and be able to support such a wonderful venture. So thank you so much for asking me to be a part of it and for taking the leap with us as we literally planned this a day ago, meaning this particular series. But I'm really excited about where the possibilities can lie.
Well, thanks for having us here and thanks for working with us together and being part of the campaign. And I know that as we all join together in this global field of arts and education folk, we're going to lift spirits, we're going to inspire change, and we're really going to unify our communities through this wild time. So I thank you for the work that you do. And I really look forward to seeing all of your listeners and all of the people viewing this video online through the campaign using #KeepMakingArt.
Excellent. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to Jeff and Poulin for being a part of this day. This first ever Keep Making Art video series. And that's my sign off to you. Keep making art.